Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Cursed be the ground, for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
You can't win, you can't break even, and you can't get out of the game. People keep saying things are gonna change, but they look just like they stay the same. You're getting way over your head, and you only got yourself to blame. You can't win, child, can't break even, can't get out of the game. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
All right, you dusty Jermaines, you dusty kings of 2024. All right, stand up, pay attention, and let's get with it. Oh, Adric's in third place today. Uh-oh. Okay, we're gonna have to bring it. Okay. So y'all put some spec on my like button, please. Okay. Put some energy into the stream since Adric didn't become first. Prince beat him out. Okay. Prince, what's going on? Shook to you. Okay, he's second. Brian Willis fifth. So Tariq may be eyeing this one. Tether babble. Paul, what's going on? It looks like I'm going to catch another live broadcast. Looking forward to seeing how you approach this topic. Okay. Toya with the forbidden apple and kisses. AL, what's happening? Don't nobody say shit. MS Delta, he's laughing already. I got a late meeting, might reschedule to schedule this live. Oh, the replay will play just as well. MS Delta, man, go make your money. Maggie, what's happening? Okay. Oh, okay. Maggie and Toya gonna hook up, trying to get Toya to reboot her channel and you know carry this red pill feminism, red pill female oriented movement forward. Because the white got to catch up to the white girls. The white girls are well ahead on this red pill stuff. Fortis Fortuna Dustium. Fortune favors the dusty. Okay. That's it. I'm too clean. Might have to take the dust bath later. Heard that. Henderson, what's going on? Inspired Truth, what's going on? Babu, what's up? Put some spec on my like button, please. Michael, finally. Oh, you got a notification. Okay. Asada, what's going on? Shannon Green, what's happening? Master Teacher, what are your thoughts on African American judge that allowed the ability of illegals to carry? Okay, they want to make them citizens anyway. So if they're going to be here and you want them here and you want them to work, you want them to participate in the American experience, you got to give them the right to carry. Is what it is. Culture Crack, what's going on? Well, Canis with the $20 super chat, getting us started. Appreciate you. Royal Priest, what's happening? Tall E, what's going on? Wunkler, what's happening? Jim Rat, Phantom Beat, everybody's lining up. Everybody want to hear this, okay? And Leon with the message. Be about peace and pleasure. What's going on? Laverus, one of my day ones. I don't hit the like button. I throw some magical fairy dust. We don't throw fairy dust, man. We too dusty for that, man. Hurricane Greg, what's going on? Anuski. I think is it Anuski? Okay. Supreme Pivot, what's happening? Live from the Village of the Dusty. We don't need another hero, okay? I, I'm gonna rename my nephew Dust Bay instead of Salt Bay. McShane Vicious said, "What's up, you beta male dusties?" I heard that, man. The beta male dusties will inherit the earth. We just can you brief me on the black men, how black men in America in were in America here first for a while before black men showed up. I can't brief you today. You have to come back tomorrow when I have an AMA. Okay, can't brief you today. Yeah, I got plenty of videos that talk about that. In fact, if you really want to read it, talk about it, read it, read the American Slave Coast. I think it was printed in 2015 or 2017. Read the American Slave Coast. About a 700-page book. Okay, more than you want to know. Jason Mute, what's going on? DJ B-Sides, what's happening? Bo Johnson. MS Duther with the $10 super chat. Blessings to all the Dusties and the big stuff. Oh, the big dust ball called Earth. I heard that. We were created from the dust. Tony Davis, what's going on? All-Star G. I said it's the hidden village in the dust. My apologies to the ninja. We are dusty ninjas. Compassion and Callous, what's going on? Oos, and thank you for the opening, from the taken for the dust that we are. Okay, here your meeting was canceled. Okay. All right. Zavi, what's going on, man? PM, what's happening? Eduard, what's going on? AB beaming in on Dusty number 7 and Dusty We Trust. PM, what's happening? Louis Kanye, what's up, Louis? Forever Blessed, what's happening? LXST, what's going on? Detroit 313, okay. Anton Daniels territory. Salutations. Oh, I said it properly. Okay, cool. From dawn to dusk, the PM says. From dusk till dawn. Y'all ain't shit. The American Slave Coast. If you want to know about slave breeding industry and why they did it, that is the book. Okay, right there. Cut up with the Joneses. Appreciate you. Jeffrey, what's happening? Yep. From the dust I was made to the dust I was returned. Let's go play that one more time. One more again, right?
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
And also, for us people, right? Guess what the white folks should have never done?
They shouldn't have given you Ashy Blokes YouTube.
It's bad for them. But let's go ahead and get into this. Hey, Trail, what's going on, man? Silent Warren, what's going on? Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. I want to start with this, man, even though this is technically not part of the presentation. What I was just before I was getting on, I saw this and it was funny because it says a lot. Okay, a lot about how black women think we feel, and how we actually feel, right? And this is from Medium Man, right? Today, TikToker says black men who date white women are undateable, right? So, and what he says is 100% right. Okay, so we're gonna play like a couple of minutes of this.
That's why even myself, when a black man tells me, oh, he dated a whole bunch of them Beckys and shit, I'm out, because I ain't got time. Like, I already know you got a lot of self-hatred going on, and what you're not about to do is project that shit onto me. Because I love being black, baby. I love my skin, I love my nose, I love these big ass lips. You're not about to project that goofy ass energy on me, and you're not about to.
And basically, what she's basically saying, right, is she's projecting her self-hatred of herself onto us. she's saying in other directions because we don't like her big nose or big lips or black skin, stuff like that, right? In other words, she's trying to say that the reason that that we go date other kinds of people, Latina, white, whatever, right? Or even go be on passport bros is because we hate how she looks. The reason is because she hates how she looks. She doesn't love herself. Okay, so any kind of uh, apparent rejection, even though it's not a rejection, hurts her because she thinks that we're rejecting her for what she rejects in herself. So this is her self-hatred projected on us. Okay.
About to release all that hatred that you got towards black women onto me. It's not going.
I gotta stop it right there. But these are the same tropes that every black woman uses when they try and describe this. And I told black women before, and I'm gonna say it again. Y'all give black men too much credit. We ain't worried about shit like that. Talking about self-hate. Stop listening to Dr. Umar. He don't speak for black men. Saying that all black men who date outside their race, they hate their mothers, they got self-hatred, they don't like black women. Man, 9 times out of 10, the majority of black men don't care about none of that. The woman just treated him well, she looked good, and he was with it. And she was nice. It's that simple. And in this right, black women, you are an afterthought. This ain't got nothing to do with you. It got everything to do with what that man wanted and what he qualified for. It could have been a black woman that was being nice to him and was attractive, and he would have went for her. Just so happened to be white. That's how most black men see it. And I wish black women would bring their happy asses over to the military population. Veterans, active duty military members, we ain't got nothing to do with that shit. All that self-hatred and stuff like that. Let me tell you this. I've been to 49 different countries. And if you really think that I'm going to sit there and just be like, oh, I need to be race loyal with all these beautiful women in Germany and Italy and Spain and Ethiopia, they not American black women, I can't date them. We ain't got nothing to do with that shit. So you can have all those projections, keep it. And this is to any black woman who thinks that black men think that deep when it comes to choosing a mate. No, for the majority of black women who think like this, I don't know if y'all have some sort of crazy obsession with white women and black men dating, because y'all swear that y'all unbothered, but for some odd reason, y'all keep shortening your dating pool by saying that you don't mess with black men who have dated white women before. Okay, make it more tougher on yourselves. Have at it. I'm gonna let her finish.
Going to happen. So I would prefer to love somebody who loves black women down, okay? And there's not a problem with that. Date who you want to date, love who you want to love. But if you cannot love who you want to love without telling us how much you hate black women, then there's a problem, sir. You need to unpack that.
And I keep saying this. When black women say, hey, you can date outside your race, just don't talk about black women. Or what? What happens? If y'all are saying, I don't care if black men date outside their race, just don't talk about black women. What are y'all going to do? Are you going to kick these men out of Dr. Umar's club? You going to kick them out of the black community?
Yeah.
If they continue to talk about black women while they're dating other races? Remember, these are the men that y'all don't want anyway. And they don't want you. So why do you care what they say? But if you're asking, or if you're saying, just don't talk about black women, or what? What happens? What are you going to do? What is the black community going to do to the men that y'all say that you don't want? You don't want them so they can say whatever the hell they want. You shouldn't care. What happened to being unbothered? What are y'all going to do to those men? Nothing. Who's the head of the Black Caucus of anti-swirl for black men? Who? You can ring Dr. Umar's bell. You can do what you want. But, I mean, at the end of the day, a black man can say whatever the hell he wants. Just like y'all get on these videos and talk so much craziness about black men.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? It was my partner used to say, it was good for the goose, it's good for the goosey. And as they said in The Wire, if he out, he out. Okay. Remember the black women. Black women don't have time to hate. We're too busy trying to survive and thrive in this world. Facts. Okay. Leon says, you melanin dust mites, aka black men, get the likes up. True. Okay. MS Delta says, remember the black woman, we don't have time to hate, too busy trying to survive and thrive in this earth. Thank you again, MS Delta. And Shane Vicious says, the reason many of us date white women is because there are way more of them and we're in close proximity. Basically, you get more shots that go. Really what it is that, and this is something, I did, I should have pulled it up, but the thing is I didn't expect, this is on the fly, so I don't have it handy. What Kevin did, one of the shows he did before he died was he actually interviewed this, uh, had a segment with this psychiatrist talking about black women, right? And do black men belong to, do black women belong to black men? And she couldn't say it, right? And really what he said, all black women men really want is black women is just to be nice to us, okay? Is to be nice to us. Give us a smile every now and then. Or treat us like we're human beings, okay, instead of like Klingons. And they can't. So when we find other women, Latinas, white, African women from the diaspora, really on another continent, right? Asian, right? Why do we pick them? Because they're nice to us. It's not that hard. Like he says, it's not that deep. It ain't that deep. They make him black women make, basically as Emma Delta was saying, okay, really basic what it is, their own insecurities is because of what?
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
That they're overweight. The reason that they're unhappy with their skin is, the reason that they're whatever it is, hell, you can't even date a light skinned woman because of colorism. Okay, she got to have 4C hair. Okay, she can't be thin, even sometimes. Then, okay, she's pretty, she got 4C hair, she's dark, but thing is, it's colorism or it's featureism, right? She looks like she's dipped in chocolate. She's just a white woman in black skin, or she's too submissive, okay, or she's a pick me. All this stuff, okay, just because you don't want to be nice, you want to be your cantankerous, aggressive, masculine self, and have black men like it. And then when black men try to find an alternative, then they hate the mother. They hate being black. No, black men love themselves. That's how come they're getting the fuck away from you. Anyhow, continuing. Chicks that just watched recently Ninja Price, a brief breakdown of what that would be fantastic. Okay, let me see. All right. Let's say Passport Bros. Rachel Dolezal is strong black queen. I wouldn't say all that, but thing is that one thing I can say about Rachel Dolezal, right? She saw advantages to appearing black, and she saw the treatment that black men were giving her that white men were not. So she went for it. She said, I'm a 4 as a white woman." Okay. But thing is, I can be a 4 as a black woman and I can win. And that's what she did. So she loves her some black men. Okay. She loves her some black men. She wanted to be black so bad just because of the treatment she was getting from the men. So the thing is, one thing she's willing to do is um, treat black men properly. It's really not that hard. And black men have been telling black men exactly what they want. And it's really not that hard. They just don't want to do it. Okay, they want to be served. Black women do not want to serve, but that is something we're getting ready to get into, right? The difference between um, African men or African cultures, the way they treat their women versus the way that we treat ours. Let's see if I can find it. I just had this. I just pulled it up. I just pulled it up in my search. Say, hold on a second. There's one. Okay, we're gonna pull up this one first. Okay, let's pull up this one first. This is Nate with the super sticker. Appreciate you. All right, let's pull up this one first. This is a while back. You guys probably have seen this one already. Okay, this is Esther. Okay, she's in Uganda, and I said, Ms. Delta guy, but I've seen very beautiful chocolate women with cheekbones, etc., still have issues with their own skin color, and they have a complex. You know what? Um, especially from down south, like the mother of my children, right? She was raised here, but she was born in Alabama. Her mother's from Alabama, right? Grandmother's from Alabama, right? And talk about colorism. Woo, my God, colorism. Colorism is nothing in the North, man. You want to see colorism? You go down south about colorism, and most of that shit comes from the women. Okay, most of MS Studies said most of colorism is taught to black people by the women. MS Delta, just as an aside, real quick, right? Okay, I know you've seen this because you down there from the south, right? When a baby's born, and the gynecology comes around and they welcome the young baby in, what's the first three things they look for, right? Tell me if I'm lying, right? Okay, skin color, because they look at the cuticles, right? See what color skin the kid's gonna have, right? Okay, hair texture, not hair color, but hair texture. Okay, and eye color. First three things that they look for: what color the kid's going to be, what kind of texture the kid's going to have, and what kind of color eyes the kid's going to have. Right off the bat, okay? Okay, black men look for what? Whether the kid has 10 fingers and 10 toes and it's not slow, okay? Mental acuity. That's the things that men look for. Women look for something completely different, right? The first thing they gather around, the first thing is picking at the hair. The kid could be retarded. Kid could have a syndrome. Okay, they're gonna pick at the hair, they're gonna look at the cuticles, and they're gonna look at the eye color. It's the first three things women are concerned about when a baby's born. The irony is black men actually like black women more than black women like themselves. Probably so. Resemblance comes after that. Okay. Resemblance comes after that. You look behind the ears, part of it. That's one place. But the thing is, this is something that I've learned from older black women. Look at the cuticles. The cuticles are probably a better prognosticator what color the kid's going to be than behind the ears. But MS Delta can tell me if I'm wrong. But let's go ahead and get into this, right? This is Esther. She's talked about African American women dating African men. Okay. I work with an older black dude in the early 2000s from Birmingham. He would tell me stories and things black women would say. He's light skinned. Oh yeah. I mean, color is really in the islands is probably even worse. Okay. This is something. I might pull it back up because I actually did a video on colorism made back in 2015 when I first got this channel. Okay. Anyway, continuing. Let's speed it up a bit. 1.25. I don't want to take too long. And we're gonna, because we're 20 minutes in, we gotta get out of here. So
Africa has already groomed women to be below a man. Majority of people, when they come to Africa, the first thing they want us to see is their Americanness. You are not going to be in a relationship with an African man, and the first thing you want him to realize about you is your Americanness. It's not going to work. I tell you the truth. African American women that want to come to Africa and get your African prince. Let me put you up on some games, sister. There is no African man who wants a woman to be superior than him. Let me say it for the people in the back because I feel like I need to emphasize on this one. And a lot of women are in my comment section saying, Esther, you are literally trying to de-empower us as African American women. You're trying to put us down. Sis, that's the last thing I would want to do. I am not here on social media, on YouTube, to lie to you. Oh, come to Africa. It's the paradise that literally nobody told you about. Like everything is flowing like milk and honey in a river. No, I will say it straight as it is, as an African woman, raised by African society, raised around African men. Let me tell you, darling, from a very young age, over at least 12 years old, a young girl in Africa, at least I would say in Uganda, even if you are in boarding school and you're not around your parents, school will groom you to be a good woman to a man when you are at the age of 12.
See remember I was telling you, but say it again, black girl. I was telling you that the difference between a America, a liberal society, this American, maybe parts of most of Western Europe, and a traditional society is how the women are actually groomed. They're actually raised. Okay. When I say they don't train or raise women in America to be wives anymore, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Traditionally, a traditional wife. Okay. This partner 2.0 egalitarian marriage, that is the goal for the West. Okay. That is the gold standard. Okay. Which black African American men already excelled at. Uh, African American men coming out of slavery, the marriage was egalitarian already. Okay, everybody had a role. Everybody knew what benefits they were going to get. Everybody had to actually participate in keeping the family and the community alive. Okay, so that's how come African American men can cook, clean, wash dishes. Some can sew. You know, African American men are African women train African American boys to do everything. Okay, I had to clean up, wash dishes, cook just like my sisters did. Okay, had to take care of babies just like my sisters did. Had to change diapers like my sisters did. Okay, which is considered women's work every place else in the world. Okay, we African American men are socialized differently. Okay, and so are the African American women. Well, listen to this.
Something in Uganda we call pulling. Go make some research about it. At the age of 12, you know how to satisfy a man sexually. I learned these things when I was in primary 7 as an African girl. I am groomed as an African girl from a very young age how to be a good woman to a man. This is why I will say it as it is. This is why majority of the times African girls, we can be behind compared to African American ladies. Why? Because our entirety of our being as ladies, majority of the time, you are groomed not to pursue your dreams, not to be somebody in society, but to be a good woman to a man who is going to marry you.
And I see Buleri is Nigerian. Guess what? He said, in my tribe, as a man, you're not allowed into the kitchen. Yeah. And that's also the way for most Latino cultures, right? Not allowed to be in the kitchen. Our women learn from Pornhub. I wish they did, man. They don't even learn from Pornhub.
And I will say it again, sisters. No African man is going to allow you to be above him. Even if he has less money than you. Honey, let me tell you, you might be the most beautiful girl in the world, extremely educated. Baby, you got the money. You can entice him with anything that you want. The moment you take yourself to be above an African man, sis.
The shit's gonna hit the fan. That's what she's trying to tell you. That's what they found out in Tanzania, right? Mark from Africa, Mark Meeks Africa, said the same shit. He had about 10 women come in that came over to Tanzania, right, which is not as developed as some of the other places on the continent, right? And they got them their African boo thing, right? And basically, you know, how you have the disagreement, and they got, you know, they got the neck rolling, put the hands on the hip, and they thought and the finger wagging, they thought that shit was gonna stand. They got popped upside the head, and then when they so they think they're gonna run down to the law like you do in America. Hey, I've been abused, domestic violence, my husband hit me, blah blah blah. What do they say? Shut your mouth and go back to your husband. Okay, we don't do that here, like T'Challa says, right?
You're out. You are out. They do not want that. Okay, I believe, I not Kunda Esther, I believe in the patriarchy. I believe a woman should be under a man. And that is me as an African girl. Guys, don't come for me. But this is me as an African girl telling what I believe is right. Not even according to what I've been taught by society, but me, Natskunda Esther, as a Christian girl, I believe in if it's going to be a relationship, it's going to be the head of the house who is a man, and then me, Natskunda Esther, who is going to submit to him. Okay? Now,
I can tell you, Buleri, okay, maybe in Africa, but here, silent generation started that shit because my mother's part of silent generation, right? It wasn't the boomers, okay? It was the silent generation women through the civil rights, especially through the civil rights, right? And they were teaching their daughters, don't be like us. I'm miserable being a wife, you know, cooking and cleaning and serving your daddy, okay, who ain't no good, who drinks, smoke, and whatever, right? And I don't like doing it, so don't follow in my footsteps. Get you a different kind of man. Get your education, get your career, get your money, get your house, so that you don't need no man, right? That's a black woman's trope. I don't need no man. So when a man steps to me, he got to bring something. He got to bow to me. Okay. It'd be just as right. Okay. As a young African American, I was no stranger to mopping, cleaning dishes in addition to outside chores. Exactly. Okay. Well, so we are socialized differently than the rest of the world. Okay. They're socialized differently.
From the comment section, women have been saying, do not generalize. Do not generalize. Honey, let me tell you, I will not come here and generalize. I am here to tell you facts. Me Natkunda Esther, in my very own country, Uganda, the pool of men I would want to be with, it's extremely tiny. And every lady who has made herself to be something good in society, she is looking at that tiny dating pool. Because the 80%, they are dusties. I would just say it. I would just say it. Now, me Natkunda Esther, I don't even make $600. Guys, I don't even make $600 a month in my own country. And you are an American lady. You come from America. Even if you're used to earning $2,000, because I would say the bare minimum for you guys, let me say it's $2,000. You are still better than me financially, and that is the truth. And when I tell you you are better than me, Natkunda Esther, as a girl financially, I mean you are better than almost 50% of the men in my country when it comes to earning financially. But still, if you want to move from America and come to Africa, however much this man is going to be earning less than you, he is going to be on top of you. And you just have to accept it. And that is just reality. Because in Africa, you as a lady, your money means nothing to a man. No, leave alone this nonsense that you hear. What do you bring on the table? What do you bring on the table? Your money means nothing to a man in Africa when it comes to respect. Respect comes first. And majority of the women, they think, when I have my money out, I can treat this man any way I want. It's not going to work for you if you come to Africa. I'm going to be honest with you. If any man is going to accept that behavior of, I'm the girl, I got money, I'm American, I can treat you.
Yeah, she said Dusties. She said Dusties. The social media is everywhere. She might be no favorite content creator. Well, she's not the only one. She's not the only one. I'm going to play an American woman that went over there that will tell you the exact same thing. So, James with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Said the last of the good men in Jersey. Half my bloodline is from Togo. Both of my sisters are married and neither tries to compete with her husband. That is training. Okay. That is training.
You anyhow I want. I can say whatever I want. I can raise my voice above you. Hey, if that man stays, I tell you 100%, he is robbing you. He is just like, let me stay strong just to suck the life out of this girl. And that's the reality. Yes, as a lot of African men make money. I will be honest with you. Yes, they do make money. But still, the reality is a typical African man cannot earn equivalent to what the bare minimum an American can make. That's the reality. Be it a woman, be it a man. Okay? So let's not even fight about that, because that's the reality. If you give me Natkunda Esther today, Natkunda Esther, if I wake up and I have a job that pays me $1,000 a month, honey, I will live in luxury. Okay, no, like extremely, like extravagant apartment or whatever. Oh, that, no. It's good money. It's good what? Money. Now imagine 2,000 US dollars is 6 million Ugandan shillings. I tell you, even managers of certain big companies don't make that money. And that's just the truth. So ladies, let me put you on this game. Just because of where you come from, the society, it's a fast-paced world, and you make this money, even if for you, it'll be even if you feel like in America, this is the bare minimum I make.
Sibo Sosa said, I was raised by a single mother and the only child. I thought it was normal to cater to the woman till I dated an Ethiopian. I was backwards. Yes, sir, Ebo. Ebo knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, she's animated, but you know, I'm going to play a couple of more minutes of this. I'm actually going to transition to a African American woman in South Africa, I think she was, that says almost the same thing from a different aspect. Okay.
In America, you are still better than an African man, leave alone a woman. And let me tell you, as African women, we know our place. Because here in Africa, even if a woman makes more money than a man, you will never know. You will never know. Because she will be like the typical African girl that was raised to be an African girl. That's just facts. Okay? It's very rare for you to find a relationship where you can tell that the lady has more money.
Okay. I'll answer this one and we'll go to the next one. I'm curious what her motivation for making this video warning to to American black women. This is right after the Gambia thing. Remember I think you remember this. The six African American women in Gambia were unalived under suspicious circumstances in Gambia over the last 6 or 7 months. Okay. And so there was this big thing about warning American black women and their attitudes not to bring that over to the continent because something like that could happen to you. Because they're African American women are getting a reputation of being arrogant, being masculine, and being hard to deal with, right? And that does not play in a very patriarchal and extremely traditional society. Okay, extremely traditional society, and they don't mind putting hands on people. Okay, putting hands on women didn't start in the United States. Okay, the African American men putting hands on their women is nothing compared to what goes on the continent. I do mean nothing. I couldn't wake up to that accent every morning. It depends. If she got a gorilla grip, you would. Okay. Yeah, hands and feet. Well, they cane chicks over there, man. If you don't, if they send you back to your mother, you can't get yourself right. They'll put a cane on you if you go too far. That's why women love Ghana, because Ghana is way more accepting of certain behaviors. Okay, way more accepting and way safer. So Ghana, they'll look at you funny. They might ostracize you, but they probably will not put hands on you. Right? That is not the rest of the continent. The rest of the continent, they'll put hands on you. Okay. Let's see. Where's the other one? Now this next one is she calls herself Mama Mariah. KMS says, I'm in a meeting watching this on mute. I'm not sure what the lady's saying, but I'm sure she means that shit. Man, make your money, KMS, man. This one's gonna be a keeper. Let's put it that way. This is gonna be a keeper. I had my Tanzanian girl catch me in a hotel with another chick. She said, it's cool because you have done so much for me and my kids. Blew my mind. It is a different story. You know what? The Latin women say the same thing. Guess what? It tore up all your shit. Okay. Okay. African American women do not take that kind of disrespect lightly. Okay. They'll kill you. Hell, African American woman will kill you over a freaking text. Okay. A freaking text. Not, let alone catch you red-handed. Okay. Anyhow, let's pull this one up. Okay. Let's start this one over because because this one's actually a response to Esther. Okay. This is going to be Mama Mariah. And that tells you right there. When you say Mama Mariah, she is probably a feminist. Okay. Anytime they put that mama in it, she's probably an intersectional feminist. Do you remember about the American black woman ES who was in North trying to go? Oh yeah, son of a tribal chief and got handled. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 9K. Oh man, you'd be a king. You'd be king with the harem. All right. All right, let's get to the next one. All right, this is Mama Mariah, African American woman dating African man, a must watch. So this is a response to it, okay? And I love her lips, boy. That's something about lips. But she is one of those intersectional feminists, and you're gonna see that up front, okay? Let's see. Let's make sure it's 1.25. It is. So here we go.
He is going to be on top of you, and you just have to accept it. And that is just reality. Because in Africa, you as a lady, your money means nothing to a man. No, leave alone this nonsense that you hear. What do you bring on the table? What do you bring on the table? Your money means nothing to a man in Africa when it comes to respect. Respect comes first. And majority of the women, they think when
she's nodding. Okay, she's nodding because she knows, even though she don't like it, she's holding her nose, but she's nodding.
I have my money out. I can treat this man any way I want. It's not gonna work for you if you come to Africa. I'm gonna be honest.
She's true.
If any man is going to accept that behavior of I'm the girl, I got money, I'm American, I can treat you anyhow I want, I can say whatever I want, I can raise my voice.
Welcome back to my channel. Thank
I see. Evil Sosa says, "Tell it, BGS African American women will stab you over." I wish I had it right. I remember Uptown Saturday Night, right? Sidney Poitier was sitting in a chair dreaming, right? Yeah, sleep, right? And his wife walks up to him, right? Said, are you having a nice dream? And he's smiling, right? And then she said, "You dreaming about me, baby?" And he frowns and shakes his head while he sleep, right? And she hauls off and slaps the crap out of him, right? Slaps the shit out of him, right? He wakes up. "What do you slap me for?" I remember like that was yesterday. All right, you look like Rage Out in Macy's. And what's something similar? Here we go.
you for watching. If this is your first time here today, welcome. Karibu sana. My name is Candace, and I want to talk about today a conversation of African American women visiting Africa. And so there's a YouTuber, her name is Esther, and she is giving African American women the tea and amazing insight, considering that she is an African woman. So I want African American women to consider two things when making the decision to be in a relationship with, to marry, to anything concerning an African man. Anything. These are things that you must take into consideration. Coming from an African American woman who has a child with an African man, who is married to an African man, and who has lived in the continent of Africa for 3 years. Let me tell you what's up. Number one, you need to keep this in your mind. African women will always have the one up on us in the area of submission, maintaining a marriage, and taking care of their man.
Say it again, black girl. Say it again. Say it again. Can I give me a 1 if I get an amen in the dusty church, right? Give me a 1. Can I get an amen in the dusty church? Okay. She's a total 4. It don't matter about the total 4. You know. Don't matter about the touch, but you know, she one of them girls though. She one of them girls, okay.
Number one, baby, you will never be able to compete with that. Okay, now that you understand that,
Mr. Heat with the 1 and the $99 super chat. Appreciate you, Mr. Heat. But and this is an African American woman that's over there, married to an African man, right? That's, even though she don't like it, she agrees with her. Okay, she don't like it, but she agrees with her.
fact, you need to consider this. All of that African women have up on us, and all that they're able to do that we are not able to do. Consider this: the submission of African women and all of that. The submission of African women has not pushed the nation forward in substantial ways.
See, then here we go with the feminism, right? Okay, here comes the intersectional girl, black girl magic feminism, right? So you got to understand, you can tell this is the feminism, right? This is feminism coming out. Okay, so she is not a fan of the submission of the African woman. She's not a fan. So even though she's married to an African man, okay. So I'm gonna let you know ahead of time that don't do your lips like that, girl.
Africa is still seen as a place of poverty. Africa is still being exploited by the West and Europe and Britain and every other place. So the family structure is there, but that has done nothing for the continent as a whole.
And if black women were in power, what would that do for the continent as a whole? What do you think it would be with no infrastructure? And they do, you know, look at Liberia. Liberia has had a female president for years, right? During Civil War. I think they might think there's female leaders in Rwanda. Okay, they're still subjugated. They're still subjugated. Okay, That hasn't pushed anything forward. That has nothing to do with it. But that's beside the point. That's for a different day.
Number one, consider that. So is it really all that? Number two, you need to consider this. When you are considering being with an African man, and some women just not gonna listen, but when you're considering and you're trying to maintain a relationship with an African man and you are coming from the West, you need to make sure that he is educated and he needs absolutely nothing from you financially. And most of the men that sit in that category that are African are already married.
Or you have to take somebody, say like Sauchi, okay, who's an African that is raised in the West and socialized in the West. Okay. Every time I've heard this working, not 90, like 99% of the time, okay, he's upper class African, okay, that's educated here and went back because he's already been socialized to dealing with an African American woman, a Western woman, and it's no big deal to him. Okay, you can't go over there raw. And Miss Delta says, can she really fix her mouth to say that when black boys can't read at grade level in the USA? I'm trying to get Dr. J to actually write that book, the Myth of Black Girl Magic. Okay. Ms. Turner says, the illusion of black women haven't moved this country forward in mass. Their liberation is based on the labor in South Africa. It is. But the thing is, that's why I warned you. This is black girl intersectional feminism that she's spouting. But that's why I warned you. Anyhow, continuing.
If an African man is interested in you and you can see no fruit of success, he's needy, girl.
You're a target.
He's going to exploit you to the best of his ability. And then because you're not going to be able to humble and respect him because you come from the West, and that is very difficult to do. Take it from somebody that knows. Take it from what Esther is saying. We're not lying to you. It's difficult.
Damn near impossible. Okay. Damn near impossible.
Submit to a man who you don't need.
Hell, it's damn near impossible to submit to a man that you do need. Ask Will Smith. Okay. Ask Tyrese. Okay. Ask any one of these NBA basketball players. Okay.
He's going to exploit you and discard. And I know that this is hard, and I know I'm talking hard, and I know that it's a hard thing to digest when you really, really want something. But sis, I'm not saying that all African men are bad, because I could say like my husband was fairly good to me until the end. We're still married, we're separated. I'm not saying that all African men are bad. I'm not saying that. If you can
3 years in, had a baby and separated, right? Okay. Couldn't even make the average 5 years. Okay. In a different country. Couldn't even make the average 5 years. Okay.
figure out the mechanism in the system, then you could really have a good African man. And African men are predominantly stronger emotionally. They are predominantly a better mate for an American woman, a Black American woman. So I don't want to discourage you as a whole, but I want you to come into this thing with your eyes wide open, because y'all in the West be romanticizing Africa, baby, and it's not giving. So the third thing I want you to consider is most African men, they're only going to use a condom if they know you to be a known prostitute. Now, the statistics and the HIV rate and all of that in Africa lets you know that this is true. Okay. We're not talking about one man or two men. We're giving majority statistics. They're not going to.
And if you're a traditional African girl, you ain't supposed to be giving it up until marriage in the first place, right? So if he's not using, they don't use condoms because the only time they really, unless it's a prostitute, basically, guess what? You're a wife. It's supposed to be a wife. So you're giving it up as a wife. You're gonna roll as a wife. He ain't using no condom. So
they use a condom. And African women are, most of them are not going to force that. Now, considering everything that I said, including your health, African men are going to cheat. They're not going to use a condom. And so you got to kind of sit back and say, wait a minute, is it really worth it? Okay, you have to understand that African women have taught African men what to accept, how to be, how to treat a woman, what they can get away with, and they can predominantly get away with anything.
Say it again, black girl. Okay. And you're not used to that. Okay. You're used to black African American women getting away with anything. That's what you're used to. My mentor says black men and women are actually in reverse order of nature. We're upside down compared to the rest of the world.
So they're not going to put up with the woman's from the West shenanigans. If you're not able to humble yourself on the level of an African woman, baby, which majority cannot, coming from the West.
Say it again, black girl. Say it again, black girl, which the majority cannot, right? Still in the meeting, still on mute, not sure what this particular Dusty Buster is. Stick saying. Let's see if I can throw in the captions for you, KMS. I'll do that. Hold on, let me see if we got captions. Let's see. Let's go ahead and throw them on. Auto-generated. Okay, I'll do that for you. Okay, I forgot. Okay, throw it on. Okay, there's your subtitles. Okay.
You're going to suffer. You're putting your health at risk. You're putting your financial future at risk, and you're putting your mental health at risk. You need to make sure you know what you're doing when you come over here and you're looking from America at African men. You need to make sure that you understand that what we consider to be normal is not.
Say it again, black girl. I've been saying that for 10 years. I've been saying that for forever, right? Okay. What African American women, or black women as we call them, okay, consider to be normal is not. And they believe that it is. They believe that we're the problem, and we're not. In fact, compared to the traditional men around the world, we're lightweight, okay? We're pushovers, okay? We're pushovers. That's how come women around the world get excited when we come around. Oh shit! Okay, I'm gonna get treated like a queen. Okay, and instead of like a regular wife, I can get treated like a queen because we're socialized to.
What we consider to be morally correct is not in Africa. Okay.
Say it again, black girl. Say it again, black girl.
Things that we consider to be repulsive is normal in Africa.
Say it again, black girl.
They don't run by the same moral code.
Say it again, black girl.
Okay. Men can predominantly do whatever they want to do. They are the head, baby, and you are not even the tail, girl. You under his feet, under the cement.
What did Esther say? Esther was saying the exact same thing that she's saying, okay? But we're the problem. We're toxic. Okay? We're dusties. We're toxic. We can't do shit, right? We can't. We you know. Every other man on the planet is better than us, right? Okay.
Under the grass where hell almost at. That is literally where a lot of they women stand mentally, but financially and physically, African men are predominantly good to their women. It's just a mindset. It's a belief system. It's a culture. Okay, so able to get under the cement, under the rug, under the grass, under the dirt, and humble yourself to him. Don't be in a relationship with him.
And in other words, if you can't bow down, and most black men don't even ask for that type of submission at all. And they'd be weirded out if a woman actually came to that, a black woman actually came to him actually that way, where she's so humble that she's gonna prostrate herself like that. Most black women would not know what to do with her. They have been socialized for that shit. Okay. But the thing is, that's normal over there. In the most parts of the world, that's normal.
It doesn't matter if he's poor. Girl, you will never control him. You will never.
Even the Dusties are kings, okay?
Never. In some tribes, African men can marry more than one wife. You need to make sure that you understand the tribe and the culture that the man that you romanticize or that you're thinking about, you think you want. You need to make sure you understand everything, and that takes time.
And it says K-Ron with a $9.99 for the collection plate. If American black women keep it up, they'll be the second most disliked U.S. export right after the first feminism. I think LGBTQ probably is number one. Okay, feminism probably number two. I think black women are running a close third right now. Right, and I don't. I have an issue with it. Right, if they can find a man that's willing to be what they want coming from the continent, I got no issue with it. But the thing is, I don't want them to go over and get hurt. And I want them bringing that negativity back to us, okay? Because what this is showing, what Passport Bros is showing, what this is showing is that the best man, like Dorothy said in Wizard of Oz, right? We should click those ruby slippers together, right? There's no place like home. The best man for an African American woman she already has. She just doesn't appreciate him because she ain't been nowhere. Now she's going all over the world and coming back. Guess what? The best man for us we already have. Why? Because we raised him, we trained him, we actually made him specific to our needs. You can't do any better than an African American man for an African American woman. Can't do any better. But they believe that they can because they don't love it. They don't like us. Okay. But guess what? They're gonna fuck around and find out.
Years. So what I would say to you is put everything on the table. Consider everything that you have more to lose than he does, especially if he needs you financially. If he needs anything from you, anything financially, girl, no. Anything. Women in Africa predominantly don't help a man financially, ever. So if you have to help him financially, girl, you done took yourself out of the wife's position. You put yourself in a sponsorship role. And he's going to see you as such.
And you got to remember that no man has a problem with paying 100% if the woman is willing to live at his standard of living. Okay, the living that he provides. Okay, but you have to live at the level that he can provide for you. And most African American women do not want to do that.
You a sponsor, you're not a wife. Because African women do not help their men financially. Predominantly, they don't. Unless it's an absolute, somebody sick, somebody finna die, it's for the children. It got to be a show enough emergency situation. Don't do it. Now, considering all the things that I just put on the table, so there, consider ye this. And I'm just saying this because it is true. What Esther is saying, it is true. Let me give you this and I'm out. If you are boisterous, cantankerous, rebellious, argumentative, and haughty, you're not gonna make it with an African man.
Say it again, black girl. And how many black women in America are not all of those things? One or not all of those things, okay? They wear that as a badge of honor. All that stuff she just named, they wear that as a badge of honor, okay? They brag about that. Said, I went to school with African students, different culture. Black women ain't ready. They are not. They are not.
It doesn't matter the age. Doesn't matter the economical status. If those are your characteristics as an American woman, black or white, you're not going to make it with an African.
So if you're a boss, bitch, don't go.
Man. And when he finds out that you're disrespectful, he's going to exploit you and then discard you. That's the tea. It's hot. It gave what it was supposed to give. Make your own decisions. Proceed forward with caution or stop altogether. And if you think it's something like, oh, we just playing, it's not that serious, look up the stories of African men who went to America, bought his wife from Africa to America. She got to America and got brand new independent. And see what happened to her. Rest in peace.
Oh,
to all the women that happened to.
Ooh, oh my God. Okay.
If you think what I'm saying is blase squaze, look online for the stories. You will never dominate and rule an African man. And what's the method? How can you win at this? An African man's heart. Some are going to be up for the task and some are not going to have the mental fortitude for it. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a loser. Most men cannot function under an independent woman. Most men cannot function with a woman who does not need him. Most men cannot function with a woman who is more educated than him. Most men can't do that. The majority of the men that I know can do that is Caucasian European men.
White daddy, there she go. Why didn't you go to Europe then? I told you the myth of white womanhood. That so told you gonna show up, right? Brad was gonna show up somewhere. Brad was gonna show up somewhere.
Most Black people don't know how to function with a woman that is above him. So it doesn't mean like, oh, you're a loser because you can't. It just means that, baby, Black women. And I will tell you this today. It takes patience, emotional maturity, perseverance, humility, and a strong heart. You have to literally be almost blind to the thing that an African man does for your
So how come you ain't with your man, with your husband?
own sanity, girl, and for the sake of the family? African women are predominantly blind to the things that they do. So those are some of the things that you need to consider. I might come back. I'm going to come back with a video on the do's and the don'ts. Okay? You guys make it a wonderful day. Bye.
I might have to play though if I can find it. Say it again, Black girl. Say it again. Say it again, Black girl. In other words, basically, and this is something I've been trying to tell the sisters. This is something I've been trying to tell the pro-blacks. This is something I've been trying to tell the men, right? Stop, especially the men, right? Stop looking at yourself through Black women's eyes, okay? Stop looking at them that way. That's probably my grandson talking about homework. But stop looking at yourself through Black women's eyes, okay? And so if what they say about you being a real man, what they say about you being a dusty, what they say about you being this, that, or the third, not being that, okay? Don't believe that shit, right? Even Brad, even when they get with Brad don't go for that mouth and all that other kind of shit. He doesn't deal with that. He don't deal with that. Will he deal with a more educated woman? He don't even like that. Okay, that's like they're not getting married. That's like white women will leave that man, okay, if she earns more than him. That doesn't work. So with that bullshit, that blase squaze about a white man being able to deal with a more educated woman that earns more, that boss bitch, they can't sell boss bitches either. Can you imagine Fannie Willis married to an African man? What that's going to happen? Okay, what would happen with that? So in other words, basically, that's really what I want to show you guys. It's not about hating Black women. They are who they are. There's a reasons why they are what they are. Okay, Kevin showed you that night after night. Okay, in 10 minutes. That's a good time. All right. That's my grandson with homework. So. But about 10 minutes. But the thing is, man, I'm not trying to disparage Black women, because Black men and women have been socialized, right? They're used to reading the book and the Winter Soldier compliant. Black women are used to walking inside a group of men, Black men, and dominating. Okay. Dominated all the attention, sucking all the air out of it, right? When I played you the thing with talk about the Latina woman, that Black woman would not shut up because she's used to getting her way and being the boss in any room that a Black man is in. That is culture. I can't tell you how many videos that go all the way back to that. Okay. That she's used to ruling over her roots. That's why I call it a gynocracy. Okay, but the gynocracy only exists under what? White supremacy and it used to be white patriarchy. There is no white patriarchy in America anymore. Basically, the whole system is a gynocratic system, right? So this whole big gynocracy run by the state. But that's a different story for a different day. But the thing is, I want to tell brothers, that traditionally you're the same dude, right? You can go all over the world the same. In fact, you're more preferable because even though you might practice patriarchy, it's soft patriarchy compared to what? Compared to the real stuff. Go to Korea, have them go to Korea and try that shit. It doesn't work. They won't even date them. They won't even look their way. Have them go to China. They won't even look their way. To Japan, they pass right by them. They can't date anywhere else. They can't go to Latin America and get a husband. They can't. They can't even have a boyfriend down in Latin America because of the way they are, because they're not traditional. Hell, they can't even get white men to marry them. That's how bad it is. Why? Because they're not traditional. In the sense that we think tradition is. Black men and women are backwards. And the only people who can tolerate black women for an extended period of time are what? African American men. Because guess what? As I've always said, right? The reason that they on us so badly and they stay on us so badly, why?
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
They have no place else to go. So don't believe all that hype and all those TikToks calling you dusty, calling you unwanted. That's bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. It's because they got no place else to go and they know it. And what the passport bros are showing that they have no place else to go. We are it. Okay, we it. And they know it. Start acting like it. So when they get their ass on their shoulders and shit like that, just tell them you ain't got no place else to go. Because if you had some place else to go, you would go there. You'll go there. You get your Latino, you would get you a white man, you get you an Asian man, you get you an African man. You can't get none of them because you're not socialized to be with them. You're a Klingon. Okay, you're not a human. Anyway, if an ABW calls you a real man, it's absolutely an insult because she just called you a bitch, right? What did the girl say? You're the bitch in the relationship. I wish I could find it. Okay. I said they ain't worth $2 in Japan. That an American woman themselves cannot do well in Japan, right? Because of their attitude. Much less a black woman. A black woman is a Western woman on steroids. But that's all I wanted to tell you guys, man. Let me check for some cash apps. I even wanted to follow up because we did it with the Latinas, and there was a little bit of pushback. But I wanted to show you from women that look just like you, okay? And from men that look just like black women, look just like you, okay? It's about culture. It's about tradition. And me and Sergeant Willie Pete went back and forth about this. About you got to earn $100,000 to get submission. You got to earn $150,000 to get submission. Blah blah blah. Guess what Esther just said? Guess what that woman just said? No matter how much motherfucking money you make, you're gonna submit in this society to a man, because the culture says you have to. If you want all that other Western ideology, take your ass back to America. Take your ass back to the ghetto. Okay. Let me check real quick. Okay. Oh, Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah, if you're listening, please tell me. Please, tell me about your reading. See if it's on point or how close I was. Okay. So Isaiah with the Cash App, and that is it for that. And I gotta go do homework. Basically, yeah, these efforts can't tell you what a man. A man according to what? Okay, a man according to what? And Miss Delta says, put that T-shirt on you and cling out. You're not here. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. I just caught the dusty ghost. I heard that, man. I want to tell you, man. Okay, because for the last 60 years, man, black women have been beating us down to dust, down to a pulp, to where we actually believe in the shit that they're saying, right? And it's not true. Okay, it's not true. And you've seen men all over the world demonstrated and heard from the women themselves, okay, the women themselves, that it's not true. You are the best, okay? You are the best man on the planet. for any woman. I don't care what color she is, what culture she comes from. You're the best man on the planet for any woman. Okay, you're fairer, you're more giving. Okay, you're more egalitarian, you're more helpful. Okay, you're more considerate than any other man on the fucking planet. You're the best man on the planet, not the worst. Okay, so don't let that sister try to beat you down and actually not give you your full worth. Okay. So anytime, so I put the links in the description for these videos. So if sister gets to rattling off her fucking mouth about what you is, what you ain't, play that shit for her, okay? Because that's what you get if you step outside the black community. Because at the end of the day, guess what? You know, at the end of the day,
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
and also, and if they really wanted to keep the things tight and keep things the same way, they should have never done what?
They shouldn't have given you Ashy Blokes YouTube.
So with that, boot it up for me, Jeanette.
Good evening. Your time now is 10:52. I'm Jeanette Reyes. We told you at 7:52. I don't want to hold you. We told you at 8:52. Don't let me keep you. This just into our newsroom. You are not obligated to go to your place of residence as your final destination, but it certainly cannot be here.
And if you still don't get it, guess what?
What's up, boss? You believe that? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe in that? Huh? Oh no. Ah! Oh no. Come on. Do you believe?
All right. Dusty, take us out. We gone.